course, you mentioned the issue of health. And that takes me to the first issue that I need us to treat, the state of healthcare in Akwa Ibom State. I'm aware that the CLO, concerned about this, decided to visit a few places. You want to tell us on the spot assessment of what you found out so that Akwa Ibom people can be aware?
Yes, the CLO, as you know, under my leadership, we've done a lot of advocacy visits, a lot of project tracking, and we also do advocacy for human rights. Health is one of the key issues that that is a cardinal need of every mankind. Recently, the Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yomi Osibanjo,
underwent surgery
in Lagos. He did not travel abroad, and Nigerians, applauded him. I joined. I was among those who applauded him for not traveling abroad to go and undergo the surgery. So here in Akwa Ibom, we had to also check our health facilities. So the CLO within the week had to visit the University of Uyo Teaching Hospital, UTH, and then to also see the first-hand information of what is happening there. If you recall that during our public forum to present to commemorate Democracy Day, we talked about our frequent visit to UTH, University of Uyo Teaching Hospital, which is one of the tertiary institutions that we have in Akwa Ibom. It's a federal institution, and so in that our report we mentioned that the health sector under the health facility under Professor Emebasi Basi, the new CMD, has added so much on ground and has added so much, invest so much on capital project. And so when we went there some months ago, we were told that what is lacking is the power sector, the power supply, that they have shortage of power supply. Yeah. And so what they need are dedicated lines from the Port Harcourt distribution company to be able to supply to the facilities, and then they can be able to have steady power supply. And so they are still working on that. So when we went, I think a couple of days ago, we were able to see that the new laboratory complex in the premises, have gone far, and the project has gone up to 65% completion. The CMD promised that by this August ending, that the place will be utilized. It therefore means that all the tests that you will need to do, right now, if you go to do, if you are ill and you go to UETH, you'll be moving from one department to the other, for one test to the other. But right now, what they want to do now with this complex in place, it's a two-story building. They will now move all the tests, all the labs to one particular building. So once you move into that lab, into the building, you do all the tests you need to do within the complex. Then once you move from one place to the other, people who may not exactly. So that building will be in place by the end of this month. It will be in use, and then the hospital now have new oxygen plant.
That's beautiful.
New oxygen plant, which is now ready.
That will serve Akwa
Ibom people. Yeah, those emergency, you need oxygen. You don't need to be going about. There's now a steady plan that supplies oxygen for the facility, and then the house officers' quarter also within the premises have been refurbished and painted and given a facelift. We also saw the stroke center. This stroke center was built partly by a lady whose husband died as a result of stroke, had stroke, and died. Wow. And so she now decided to see what she can do in memory of her
people from dying of stroke.
And
that's sacrificial.
Yeah, and in memory of her husband. So she came to the hospital, like we were told, and then they now said, okay, she said she wants to do this. So the hospital now said, okay, they now had to partner with her and take the project. Now the project is ongoing, and as at the time we went there 2 days ago, it was 85% completion. Okay. There is also the school building block. That is also a total building block, a capital project that has been ongoing. The new management inherited it from the past management, and they've taken it. The project is ongoing, and so far it was about 50% completion when we went there. We also saw the NDDC abandoned project. This one touched our our heart, because NDDC is a federal interventionist agency. The only thing we need from them is health, good road, education, and all those scholarship and the rest. So we are calling on NDDC to intervene and complete this project. It has been there. We know that the new minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Obama, will do something about it. And I know that the NDDC admin, Esho will also come in and intervene and put that place to use, because that building is put to use. It is a maternity block. If it is put to use, all our pregnant women will just go there. They will benefit from it. So it's just going to help. And then the main block is also undergoing a facelift. And then the security post, right now the place has a new security post. It has the gates has been refurbished. And then the car park, FEMA also intervened. When we went there some months ago, you couldn't have a place to park up because you will see flood within the car parks. Wow. You have potholes. Right now, FEMA has intervened and fixed it. And then you have the new GOPD building that has been completed and put to use. You have the hospital has also put up a new generating set to back up the power supply that they have pending when they have the power supply lines, dedicated lines from the EPHECD. So they have added a brand new 750 kVA generator to back up the 500 kVA generator that is already there. And then you have the Institute of Radiology, where works is ongoing. The Tutori building, where you have the CT scan, and then you will have you will also have other scans that you need to do. The building is about 70% completed. Then water project, about 4 water projects have been added to the facility with a 60 kVA mechanical generator that is added to supply to back up the power plant that you have in the facility. So all this have been achieved under the management of Professor Emmanuel Bassi, and we want to urge them to continue to do more. The only way you can give account of your stewardship and be whole accountable is when you are assessed like this and appraised. The CMD has always opened the books, always opened up the gate for us to visit and check what he's doing, because it's a public facility and we need to know good when funds are released, how these funds are used. That is why CLO is always keep the management on the toe and pay regular visit to the hospital and then ensure that the funds that are made for these institutions are used wisely.
For the purpose of clarity, people have always asked